Most people use the Windows 11 Start menu every day, but barely scratch the surface of what it can do. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to customize it, speed up your workflow, and unlock features that can save you time instantly. If you want to get more done with Windows, this is where you start. Hello everyone, Jerry Rollick here. Welcome to Wandering Through Windows, where we explore the settings, features, and hidden corners of Windows that help you shape your PC into something that, well, something that truly feels your own. Have you ever wondered what a button does, how to personalize your desktop, or how to make Windows work better for you? You're in the right place. In today's video, I'll be exploring the Windows Start menu, also known as the Start window. This is your personal command center for launching apps, finding files, and customizing your workspace. So come along with this nice old man as I walk you through each part of the menu, how to customize it, and how to make it work for you. If you find this video useful, please give it a like, leave a comment, share it with someone you know, and subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. With that said, let's dive in and start wandering. The Start menu can be accessed by clicking the Start button or by pressing the Windows key. The menu is designed to be simple, distraction-free, and is divided into three main areas. The search bar at the top, pinned apps followed by a full list of all apps in the middle, and at the bottom, a profile menu on the left, and the Power Options menu on the right. You will notice that there's also a recommended label positioned between pinned and all apps. In recent versions of Windows 11, I'm thinking here version 24H2 and later, Microsoft removed this from the menu layout in favor of a newer unified design. However, you can still toggle it on in the Start settings if that's your preference. I'll show you how later in the video. Let's go a little deeper now and look at how the menu works, starting with the search bar. Search is one of the most powerful features of the Start menu. Instead of just clicking around, you can open up Start and start typing. Windows will instantly find apps, files, settings, even web results. For many users, this is the fastest way to navigate Windows. For example, if I wanted to find the settings for Bluetooth, I would type Bluetooth into the search box, and search brings it up as shown here. Next is the pinned apps grid. Think of it as your customized dashboard. You can pin your most used apps, rearrange them, and even create folders. For example, if I wanted to pin Adobe Acrobat to the grid, I would right-click and choose Pin to Start. Once an app is pinned, I can arrange it anywhere I want on the grid simply by dragging and dropping it to wherever I want it to be. If I no longer want the app pinned, I would go and right-click on the app and choose Unpin from Start. I can even drag one app on top of another to create a folder, like this. Once I've created the folder, I can click inside it and give the folder a customized name. This is a great way to organize your workspace, especially if you group apps by task like work, school, or entertainment. If I no longer want the folder, I simply click on the folder and drag the pinned apps back onto the grid. Just below the pinned apps is the All Apps list. This is useful when you don't have something pinned, or if you're trying to find a program that you don't use very often. Windows gives you options as to how these apps are displayed. You can display them in a list, as currently shown. You can display them in a grid layout, or you can choose to display them by a category. Note that categories are determined by Windows and cannot be edited. For now, I'll put my All Apps list in a grid layout. If there's an app displayed here that you no longer use, simply right-click and choose Uninstall. On the bottom left-hand side of the Start menu is your profile icon. This is where you can access your Microsoft account and account settings, view your Microsoft subscriptions, switch users, and sign out of your current session. On the opposite side is the Power menu, giving you quick access to sleep, restart, and shutdown. In a previous video titled Boot and Shutdown Modes, I described how to customize this menu by adding or removing the various power options. And one final thing here. In between the profile and power icons, you can create quick links to system folders, and I'll show you how to display those next. Some personalization of the Start menu can be done by clicking the Start button, then navigating to the Settings icon, then to Personalization, and finally to the Start feature box. Doing so will take you to the window shown here. But if you have been following along, a simpler way is to open the Start menu and type the word Start in the search box. While it's no longer possible in newer versions of Windows to change the layout of the Start menu, you can still create a recommended section by toggling on any of the following: Show recently added apps, show recommended and recent files, which I previously enabled, and show recommendations for tips, shortcuts, and new apps. Note that anything considered to be a recommendation will be displayed when Windows feels it has something to recommend. Otherwise, nothing will show. Next, you can choose for the Start menu to display your most used apps by toggling on this switch. These apps will be displayed under the All Apps section, and I'll do that now. Finally, you can pin system folders by clicking the drop-down in the Folders box and choosing which you prefer. To demonstrate, I'll choose Settings, Documents, and Downloads. Here is a screenshot of my Windows Start menu before customizing the settings, and a screenshot after customizing so you can see how the changes look. The recommended section that was previously enabled continues to show recent files per my settings choice. The All Apps section now displays a grid layout with the settings to display my most used apps enabled. And finally, the links to the system folders I chose to display are shown here next to the Power menu. Enabling these settings can be a huge time saver, especially if you're working with the same files every day. But many people prefer to keep these settings turned off for a cleaner look or for more privacy. Either way, it's nice to know Windows still gives some choice in how to customize this menu. And that's your full tour of the Windows Start menu. It may seem simple on the surface, but with a few tweaks, it can become a powerful tool. It can increase efficiency, reduce clutter, adapt to your habits, and support productivity. Thanks for joining me, and be sure to tune in again when we do another Wander Through Windows. Bye for now. Oh, and one more thing. Be sure to tap the video on your screen to keep learning. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss what's next.